what we just did is we have this problem. Y prime equals basically x plus 2y, and we have initial point, and we want to pass the solution of this one means basically pass of x and y. So when we have this pass by Euler method, we can generate x, pass of x, and given pass of x, given this motion, right, we can generate pass of y. So this is our solution. Okay, y is previous, new y is previous y plus change of y, and change of y is yx plus 2y, right, by this equation. Now let's move to the utility optimization we covered. So let's go to the previous lecture note. Then go to page 15 of this one. Yeah, so again, let's go back to this problem, utility maximization. So you want to maximize your happiness. You live 2 periods, today and tomorrow. And your happiness is determined by your consumption. That's the basic assumption of economics. And then, if you consume more, you become happier, but there is always budget constraint. First budget constraint means that today's consumption means today's income minus your saving. Here, saving means that your XY is stock. So when you buy XY amount of stock, because stock price PT, you have to save PT XY. And then tomorrow, your tomorrow's consumption is that tomorrow's income, ET plus 1, plus now because you invest return, invest in stock by amount of XY for each XY, right? For each XY, it generates payoff of XT plus 1. Right? So here, basically, your consumption is determined by XY in some sense. So your goal is basically how much you consume today and how much you save. Consumption in this problem, consumption is equivalent to the saving decision, right? So in the previous class, we solved this one with Lagrange multiplier. So then we drive your secret to happiness, basically. We broke the secret to happiness. Actually, we can solve this one without relying on Lagrange multiplier. We can use this one with Taylor series approximation, in fact. So suppose let's copy and paste this one. Let's move this one. Okay. So suppose you increase saving slightly today, right? Suppose you save epsilon amount more today. Epsilon more, save. If you save epsilon amount of more, because you save more, you have to decrease your consumption, right? How much your consumption decrease, basically? Well, because you save epsilon more, save more to invest in stock. So epsilon more stock, okay, more rigorously. Epsilon more stock. You buy, so you become more frugal, right? So you don't wanna chop away your wealth today. So you decide to buy, now I want to save more for my future career and future happiness. So you buy epsilon amount of stock more. Well, since you buy epsilon amount of stock more, how much your happiness change? Well, your happiness is that your new happiness, right? So at presently you consume C0, and then if you consume more, right? This is the C1, and then C1 is C0 minus epsilon PT, right? Because you buy epsilon more stock, per stock price is PT, so your new consumption, right, will decrease by this amount, right? Right, engineering. Yeah. So if we use a Taylor series expansion, UC1 becomes, if we do first series Taylor series approximation, UC0, right, plus U prime C0, and then C1 minus C0. It is your Taylor series expansion, first order Taylor series approximation, right? It is basically linearization. You linearize your function. So like this. So which means that if you save more, change of your happiness. So change of your happiness, right? Change of your happiness is this one, which is UC1 minus 0. Change of your happiness is approximately U prime C0, and change of your consumption, which is U prime C0 multiplied by minus epsilon P. Right? Because this is a change of happiness, change of your consumption, and this one minus this one is change of happiness. Well, this is intuitive. Change of your happiness today is you decrease your consumption by epsilon PT, and then for each decrease of your consumption, you become marginally less happier by amount of derivative of U. This is marginal utility, right? So marginally, when you decrease consumption, you become unhappy by the amount of delta, by the amount of U prime, because U prime is a change of happiness for a small change of consumption, right? So change of happiness is this one. But now, remember, because you save more today, now you can consume more tomorrow, right? And tomorrow, you become happier. So this is T. Now tomorrow, you become happier. So if you use T, so actually C0, CT. Let's use today's T. Because to make notation consistent T, so it is T instances T prime, new consumption, right? So let's delete. This is fine. So your consumption today, new consumption today, your consumption today, new consumption today, and then your new consumption ET. And then for your tomorrow's consumption, now tomorrow's consumption looks like this one, right? And of course, actually, we need ET, but it doesn't matter. Right? And then for tomorrow's consumption, now CT plus 1 prime new consumption is, actually, we don't need this one because it is this. Yeah. For new consumption tomorrow is previous tomorrow's consumption. Now, because you saved more for each stock, it generated XT plus 1 amount of the new payer, and you saved that lot. Right? So basically, your change of consumption tomorrow by saving more today is basically payer per new saving. Right? So for tomorrow's happiness, U T plus 1, your change of your tomorrow's happiness is basically you, if you use the same Taylor series approximation, you CT plus 1 and delta CT plus 1. And it is straightforward. Change of your happiness is a change of consumption, and then contribution of each consumption to your marginal happiness, which is marginal value, right? Which is U prime CT plus 1, and then XT plus 1 multiplied with epsilon. Right? So tomorrow you become happier like this one, by this amount. But it is tomorrow's happiness. So in order to make it, to transform your tomorrow's happiness to today's happiness, you have to multiply discount factor. Right? Remember, your goal of your life is to maximize your happiness. Your aggregate happiness is today's happiness plus discounted tomorrow's happiness. Right? Because you live 2 periods. You don't want to be short-sighted. You want to maximize your happiness over your lifestyle. You don't just live today. You live tomorrow. So tomorrow's happiness and today's happiness are not same. Tomorrow's happiness is less important than today's happiness by amount of the beta, right? Because in the future, who knows, you will die in the middle today, right? There is always a possibility of accident, right? So basically, you can regard 1 minus beta as probability you are dying, right? Some sort of. Therefore, tomorrow is less important today because you may die with the probability of 1 minus beta. So today's happiness multiplied with probability of survival, which is beta, multiplied with tomorrow's happiness, which is your optimization. So anyway, you wanna transform it today. So you wanna discount it. So you want to discount it. Right, today discount it multiplied by beta. Right, your survival. And then tomorrow you are not sure, so you have to put expectation over here. Right? Here's this one. Now let's compare. Let's compare these two. We derived that by saving slightly more, you become this amount of one happier, right? Today, but you become this amount happier tomorrow. Okay. Right? This one is, remember, this one is from over here, change of your happiness today is a change of your consumption and marginal utility of today, and the change of your consumption by the amount of saving. Per saving, you lose your utility by the amount of U prime, because it's a marginal utility. So you lose this today, and you become happier next period. So by saving more, your lifetime happiness change by this amount. Right? You lose this today, you earn this amount. So in your lifetime, you become this amount happier. But thing is that if you are already maximizing your happiness, this should be 0, right? This should be 0. If this is greater than 0, you will save. Okay, this is a smart strategy. So you will save, then you become happier, right? So if this is greater than 0, you will definitely save today. That will increase your happiness by this amount. Okay? On the other hand, if this is the less than 0, it means that by saving more today, you become unhappier, which means that you have to reduce your saving, right? You have to keep reducing saving while it is negative, right? So if you are maximizing your happiness today, the best strategy you're making you happy is to make this is 0. So if you are really smart and optimizing your happiness, it should be equal to 0, right? It means that you have to save or consume today's this value and tomorrow's value balance each other, right? And then from this one, now we have a very important relationship. Okay, so again this one. Now epsilon is changing, right? Simply the change. So you can delete epsilon. It is constant. It is amount you will save you determine. So you can delete this one. Right? You can delete this one. Right? So we have this beautiful equation. And then this is minus, so we can plot this on the other side. So it means that we can delete this one. We can delete this one. And then, actually, we can put minus. We can delete this one. Right? Equals each other. Right? Because epsilon is simply constant amount you determine. So we divide epsilon each other and move this one to each other. Actually, we don't need this one either. Now, you can delete this one. So we have a very important relationship, important equation in finance and economics. Secret to your happiness. And the secret to your happiness is actually determine the price of the asset. So anyway, the strategy of your happiness, you make your consumption schedule given your budget constraint. You determine your consumption today and tomorrow. You determine your consumption today and tomorrow such that this relationship should hold. Okay? This is called the Euler equation. Today we learned the Euler method. This is different. This is Euler equation. You know, if you learn economics and mathematics, there are so many Eulers. I'm not sure whether they are same Euler or not, but there are many Euler. And this is called Euler equation. What we learned today in the morning was Euler method. It is Euler equation. This is the equation that should be satisfied if a consumer is rational and the consumer wants to maximize his or her utility. And this is very also another very important implication. Well, this important equation, we can, this is constant. We can divide each side with u prime ct, right? If we can divide this each side u prime ct, we have very important, very interesting. Right? So we have this one. So this is so important. So let me write down same equation over and over again. So let's divide each side with this one. Divide each side with this one. Right? Move this one. Right? Each side with this one. Then we divide. Right? Well, this is slightly ugly, so let me move this one. Let's see. Now, it looks much better. Looks much better. Okay? Looks much better. Okay? This is very important equation. So, if there is it determines, tell you what should be the price of the stock. It tells you the stock price, right? Suppose there is a contract stock that pays xt plus 1 tomorrow. Its price should be pt in equilibrium, right? In the previous case, we assume pt is given and we determine c, consumption schedule. Now, suppose consumption schedule is given for all the people in the economy, right? Like economic growth, GDP. CT is today's GDP. CT plus 1 is tomorrow's GDP. So as consumption schedule is given, then the price of stock price should be determined like this way. So it tells you what should be the stock price, or in general, what is asset price. So this is, what is finance? Almost half of finance is how to calculate the price, right? Asset pricing. Asset pricing is like 50% of finance. Another 50% is actually decision making, how to invest and how to fund. 50% of finance is computing asset pricing, and it tells you asset pricing. So it is very interesting implication. The secret to your happiness actually determines the asset price of the economy. And so everything is beautifully connected. What a wonderful relationship, right? Stock price is determined because people want to maximize. The way stock price is determined corresponds to the way people optimize their happiness.